I'm so glad you guys like me. Whew, that was a freaking nightmare. Hold on, I gotta fix my laptop because apparently it hates my camera now. All right. Yeah, we're just gonna roll with it, guys. You know how this goes, right? You know how this story ends. I just fucked it up even worse. Hold on. I really hope Mia's back there laughing her ass off right now. Oh, look, she is. I love it. Okay. Oh, nostril shot. Here we go. Huh? Okay, anyway, let's go to comments. Now, if my video goes out on my laptop, I don't know what to tell you guys. My audio might go out because apparently that's my day. We all know how this stream goes. But hi, okay, I'm gonna get whiskey and I'm gonna say hi. You know what? We're not talking about it yet, but let's just start with the great old, you've heard me talk about it, the T.Meleck Louisiana rice whiskey. Let's just start there. All right. Thank you guys for being patient. I have an amazing guest that's going to come on again. Last time she made us laugh our asses off because she's just genuine and sweet, and they make really good whiskey. So let's see. Who waited for me? Oh, yes. So MC is talking about that Alzheimer fundraiser coming up on the 21st. Make sure that you look at all the details about that. There's ways you can donate, whether it's merch or gift cards or bottles or samples. You can go and donate right to that link. You can do it now. You can do it during the stream. You don't have to be there to win. Every $5 gets you entered to win all those great bottles and stuff that people are giving out. Anyway, there's that. Michael S. is here. There's me making excuses. Chris SBWE is here. Whiskey Mountains is here. And Chris says, T.Meleck, it's amazing. MC Cask 529 says, cheers, everyone. Cask 529, thank you for being patient. I hope you stuck around. Old Man Joe, evening, everyone. Oh, well, there's that. I don't know. Livewire Whiskey's here. Yeah, running late, Mike. Yeah, tech is not my thing. So Livewire Whiskey's is in the background tonight. He is tracking for me. I don't know that I actually fixed that in the description. I may have to do that. Adriana, you're an admin if you have a minute. Or Mike, I think you're an admin. Check my description and see if I put that in there. Please, please, please. Because this has been my day. But anyway, Livewire Whiskey, tag them in the chat with your number of entries if you donate so we can get you in to play the mystery box game. Got it. Jerry Black is here. Miracle Martinez says cheers and hit that like button. Malam is here. Hello, Malam. So glad you're here. I'm looking forward to some funny, winded remarks. The Whiskey Saint is here. And Donald Rants. Richie Z, Mr. Mom 310, Big Vic's Backyard Barbecue, Patrick Fall. Who am I missing? Is that we get it? Des is here. All right, yay. Whew. Okay, you guys ready? Let's say hi to an amazing guest I'm about to have. I'm so excited. She knows I'm excited. She knows I'm always excited about T.Meleck, and they got new shit going on, so I wanted her to come on and talk about it. But let's say hi to Mia.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah.
I'm actually extremely excited that you're running late because about 10 minutes ago, I was in the shower. I'm like, shit. I'm like running around.
God.
Me and my husband decided to do a project at like 6 p.m. that all the supplies were about like 8,000 pounds of stuff. Here I am just, totally girl mathing this of like, yeah, we'll just head to Lowe's and grab it all in one. No, I was covered in concrete. So I think it was a sign for me. So I appreciate your computer was on my side. So,
that's probably what it was. Last week I had trouble with my camera, so I had to go off my laptop. This week it didn't like my camera or my mic, so I did the updates. And I think with my camera, I know it's the cord. I need to get a new capture card cord. I'm hoping it's that and not the little place you plug it into in the camera.
Yeah. Ooh. It always comes at the same time.
All right, here we go. Real quick, Livewire is telling us if you want to play the mystery box game, you know how it goes. We pick 2 winners at the end of the stream. Each winner picks a box. If you think there's something better, try again. $5 an entry. Okay. Patrick Foe says the shower. That would have been a different streaming location than her car last time.
And I would hope that my camera would not work.
Yeah, that'd be a whole different stream.
For real. I bring my, like last time I was hiding in my car because I put my daughter to bed. And then I realized that our living room has those, it's an old house. It was built in like the late 1800s. So it has the French doors that I forget just locks it in there. I'm like, why was I in my car last time when I could have just locked the doors on myself? But I always bring her little Ring camera with me. And when my phone's in the shower, let me tell you, that's the first thing I'm thinking. Like, I'm going to put like a sticker on there. I'm like, I feel like I'm being watched.
So I just, it's Amazon Prime Day, right? So I went on shopping for our company and we're wanting to upgrade some of our cameras that we have out in the shop. And I'm like, ooh, they're all on sale. And this one's got this feature. And I could put one out in the backyard for when we're out of town. Oh, God, no, because I go out in the backyard. I would forget the cameras there. And I'd be out there like picking my nose or, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Something.
There's probably lots of funny things that I did a video yesterday of me, like I was rolling. So I did like a punny joke. And my husband was watching me on the Ring camera doing the piece by piece. He said he was just like, what is she doing? And then he saw the whole thing. He was like, I was trying to figure out why you were rolling down the hill and like jumping.
Oh my gosh. You're like, well, I'm embarrassed now. That's fine.
I'm like, yep, nothing.
Oh, what just happened? Okay, there we go. Oh, look, I just got that text from Mike asking me if I'm okay. I am now. I got whiskey. I'm here with you guys. It's Wednesday. All the good things. He asked me that last week too when I was late. So I was just checking the description to see, and it does say in there, shoot, it says Whiskey Mountains. The thing is, do I spend all the time fixing it and ignoring you guys, or do I just roll with it and I will make sure that Mike's aware of them all? I think I'm going to do that. See, I answered my own question, guys. All right. So I did see up here. That was close. I almost spelled my Meleck. All right.
Don't do that.
Sorry. I promise I'm going to get my shit together in a minute. All right. That's here we go.
The norm.
Old Man Joe's in for 5, Mike. And his little note in there says OMJ. So there's 5. Okay. Livewire Whiskey with a $10 super chat says, Frankie says 2 entries. If she wins a prize, she wants it to become a prize on Whiskey Mountain's fundraiser. Perfect. I love that. All right. Then we got Richie Z says T.Meleck is a whiskey everyone needs to know about with the link right there.
Yes.
Thank you, Richie, for dropping
that.
My whole day's been like this, honestly. And I'm okay with it. I'm still having a great day.
This is the norm. This is just the norm. We were just doing it. That's my phrase when people are like, what's up? I'm like, I'm just doing it. We are doing it. I feel like I'm about to lose my mind. I feel like I deserve an award of some kind. My daughter had surgery 2.5 weeks ago. She's great. They prepared me. They're like, it's going to be really tough. She's really young to get it. She's only 3. They're like, you need to prepare. I'm like, oh yeah, getting all this stuff, going through it. And recovery is going to be 10 brutal days. This girl's been living her best life, vacation. She's like, I don't have to go to school. I can just sit and have popsicles and ice cream and just recover.
What was it?
She had tonsils, adenoids, and she basically had the tonsils and adenoids of a 55-year-old smoker. That's what the doctor said.
Nice.
She was suffocating. When she would lay down, I would have to hold her, prop her up to sleep. Poor baby. So lift her up and sleep for a little bit. Yeah, it was brutal. So thank God she can sleep on her back, lay down. So
You said
Tomorrow
she's
she goes
3?
back to school. This girl has been running the show, and I have been working from home while taking care of this girl, and I have accomplished it. And I'm kicking her out on the way to the door tomorrow. Get out, and I'll be back later. And I'm definitely doing late pickup. Definitely.
See, you're a better woman than me, because I'd be like, man, my company would burn without me. Like, I need a nana, I need a someone over here, because no, not really.
The moms are definitely, the teachers have to know, because like I'll just like push my door handle up and it's just like there's a theme song, you know, like there's a barrel, whiskey barrel. Sometimes it smells like whiskey. There's bottles everywhere. I'm moving tasting cups to get to the child, and I'm like, let's go. Into school you go. And she's like holding a glass, and I'm like, put that back. Like, put that back. Oh yeah. Like I said, we're doing it.
3 is hard when they're not sick.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Whiskey Mountain says, I've gotten to try T.Meleck since last time Mia was on, and was so happy that liked it almost as much as I think Mia is fun.
Thank you. I put all my fun into the bottle.
I'm
there.
telling you,
handle it all in there.
I feel like I get your vibe completely, because I was like, of all the times I'm having a guest on, thank God it's Mia when I have no audio, no video. I might be out in my car like this later. Who knows?
It was great. Meanwhile, me, I'm like, I'm running it down. I'm coming over here. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to be late.
It was so fun. You know, I was going to pull up, I like to pull up PayPal. There we go. So that I could see what everybody's saying. It's just kind of being an asshole. So it's fine. But I got it now. All right. I don't know how to use it, but I got it. Okay. Perfect. Weird. All right. Let's catch up here. And then I want to talk about some of the new things that have been going on since the last time you were here.
Lots of things. Mm-hmm.
JT is the best. Great stuff. Tried a cast strength pick a couple weeks ago, says Roman Carter.
Thank you.
Bourbon School is here. Hello. How are you guys? Travis Robson says, cheers. Your product is excellent and everyone should try it. Do you, however, know when it will make its way to Tennessee?
When we have enough product. So we are in the next, we'll see a dramatic difference in the next 18 months, the next 12 years. So we actually just recently had to make a decision to take some of the allocation for next year, because on my allocation that I planned for the barrels, we should already be out of whiskey for what we had this year. And that's just in Louisiana and like a soft launch, I guess you can say, in Texas. So we're not going to places because we don't want to, because we don't have the product. We actually, me and my father constantly sit there and argue the fact of, I want to do drips across the nation, across country, where he wants to like channel it into the South. And so it's going to be who wins first. And if you follow us at all, I always win. So it's coming slowly but surely, more states.
I feel like when we talked last time, I mean, I was just raving about this. I had been down there for New Orleans, or for Mardi Gras. And a couple of the patrons here, they were like, you got to try this. And I was hooked. And I couldn't get it. And I was ticked. And now, when it's not out of stock, I can get it from Bourbon Outfitters. They will deliver to my state. So
we will have another stock up soon. So they'll be placed an order next week. Ryan's on vacation. We're supposed to go out this week, but he's on vacation, so it'll go out next week.
Okay, good to know, because I really, really, really want to try some of these things that we're going to talk about tonight.
Yes.
Okay, Joseph Brazo says, what the hell are y'all doing here? Missing you, Joseph, since you left here in such a hurry the other day. It was very good to have. So Joseph came to visit us, and that was fun. We had a great time going to some speakeasies and hanging out with friends. Aaron Pierce says, I think Mia is tied for my favorite guest ever, her and Will, in the top spot.
Oh, what do I need to do to beat Will? What's up? What do I got to do?
Throw a goatee and...
I'm not competitive at all.
So Chris SBWE, I am actually already pestering Mia for a barrel pick, and there is, last time we spoke, it was about a year wait list, if I remember right.
Yes, it's all depending on the like
Yeah.
where you are. But yes, you are on the list. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
I'll know more, and I will actually know more in the next following our summer. So we'll taste again. Our barrels are sitting pretty right now for the summer heat. We'll try it again mid-August. Depends on how hot it gets and how long it stays. Mid-August, and then I'll have a better understanding of where we are, and then I can predict percentage-wise how many I'm going to allocate to single barrels. And then based on that, I'll take lists and predictions and allocations, plan it out, and then contact. And then if you don't get back to me first stuff, I'm going to the next one. I'm getting it there. Yeah. So, yep.
Well, and it's so funny. I know you don't just sit around and watch YouTube all the time, but I was talking, I don't know, last week, a couple weeks ago, something about how everybody's doing barrel picks. A lot of the YouTube channels are doing barrel picks. We did one a while back, and I haven't done any. I've had some people reach out to me. I feel like so many people are doing them. I want something that really grabs me. And so you're actually the only person I'm waiting for right now. I mean, I may find something else that grabs me, but I feel like if I'm going to tell people, I picked this, I love it, you really should buy it, it's unique, it's good, that it's got to like grab me.
Yeah. And each one is very different, I think. And it shows you how like almost more difficult it is to do what you're drinking right now. If you look at how different every single barrel is, it's not like you're getting one that's like, it's pretty similar. They're all very, very different. When I give the 4 samples that people choose from, most of the time they're stuck between 2 and they're there for like 45 minutes to try to figure out which one they want. And so when you're thinking about that, to make a consistent blend in our small batch, it's not very easy sometimes when you have barrels that are just like wanting to be standalones.
Yeah. Mike, it was amazing. Maybe not everybody saw it, or I'm sure you could be right up there with the top guests. But it was pretty great. I'm not gonna lie. Whiskey Mountain says, "Oh my God, that pick would be friggin' awesome." So this is what I've been drinking. This is that oh gosh, what is it now? 96? Yeah, 96 proof small batch, which is amazing.
The OG.
Yes. And so I went when the higher proof 118 came out, I went to go get it, out of stock. So I did the little notification thing. They told me it was in. I grabbed a bottle. Perfect. And then had an emergency in the family and had to leave. I was supposed to be gone maybe a day or two. I knew this was on the way. It was going to be back there when I got home. I was gone for 6 weeks. And all I could think about was this. And I had a barrel pick that was also waiting for me, not mine, someone else's. It's all I could think about. And I get back and it was cracked.
Who did it?
I'm pretty sure you're tied for top guest with this person.
Oh, Will, I'm now the winner. You cannot steal T.Meleck. Automatic disqualification. Down the line you go.
So I think you had done a short or something about your husband and whiskey or something. And I was like, yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
I was actually going to grab our high proof. I went to the thing and I'm like, well, shit, he finished it last night. I'm like, dang it.
Oh my God.
I'll have another bottle all the way in the garage. I know, so far, but.
Yeah, see, Adriana, Whiskey Mountain, she agrees with you. For sure. So tell me a little bit. I know that there's this and you've got some other things. Tell me about this one first.
Yes. So that's my baby. That's basically what I call it. That's my baby. So we kind of, if you look at it, so we have 2 small batches now. The 96 is what you were drinking. That's our original. That's, you can call that my father's baby. That's his project. We started out with that. We launched that in 2022. 96 proof, 15 barrel dump. Most of the time will range anywhere from 8 to 18 has been the most, but we go max on based on space within our tanks in order to
Okay.
dump it and actually be able to taste and do quality control and stuff. But we have consistently been on the line with 15 barrels. And so that one's probably a 15 barrel. So it's 15 barrel dump. We bring it down. We actually taste and batch everything at barrel proof. I say that because a lot of our research and people that we've spoken to will bring things down all the way to 40 so that they can really I really don't know. I don't know the answer. I think because of like the corn, how harsh, when you're talking about bourbons and things, how harsh a bourbon is. In order to get those other pieces, the other 49% of whatever you've got to bring it to a low water content in order for you to really taste what's happening. Whereas ours, you don't. And you don't. So really, we're just making sure that when we taste different things, we're kind of playing around with it. And 96 is just something that he just really liked. It was under 100. He thought it could be, he wanted the lake drink. So that's what he calls it. The hunting lake drink, everyday drinking. Sip it whenever. You can make a really good cocktail. You can just drink it on the rocks. It's just anytime, anywhere. And
and I think for me with this, the reason why I like this 96 proof is it is a little bit younger whiskey. And so this proof and the notes, I don't know if it's the rice. I don't know. I don't make the stuff, but it all comes together, even though you've got the youth of the whiskey, you've got the lower proof, but you can taste the layers of flavor in this thing versus the proof is coming out on top or the youth of the whiskey is coming out in the front. It all it's together, but yet separate, if that makes sense.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. It's actually most of the time when people blind us, they don't realize that it's, a 4.5 year. So we go on harvest season. So it's summers and winters. So a barrel has to go through at least 4 complete summers and winters in order to be ready. But based on harvest season, that could be, some of them are over 5 years. They'll mix with a 4 and be a 4.5. It's kind of around there. I was reading, sorry.
No, you're fine.
And so
do nostril shots. It's okay.
What we look on for our newest item, which you just had, is our high proof. So what I took is our single barrels are a dark blue. So when we did that, the dark blue, if anyone's had a cast strength option, it'll have 2 stickers, the 3x1 and the round, which identifies who picked it, what it is. And every single barrel is a different proof. It tells you all of the details there. So that's that dark blue. And honestly, when we were doing the barrel program, I did a test because my father is very much in terms of like agriculture and farming. So our original company is the farm. You don't just do things, you know what I mean? You don't just let's test this. And this sounds like a good idea. And I'm over here going, oh, we got to do this and we got to do this. And there's another thing and moving to complete opposites. So we just launched the whiskey and 3 weeks later, I'm like, we got to have a barrel program. I'm telling you the taste, we have to have a barrel program. He's like, whoa, we just launched it. I'm like, I know, but we have to have both. And he's like, no,
right now, let's do it.
Right. And I don't back down, as you know. And I'm like, what do I have to do? Sell my soul? What you got? And he literally goes, you know what? All right. After days and days, he goes, all right, bet, you sell a barrel, you tell a barrel and you tell people that you're going to have a barrel at the farm. And if you can sell it in under 12 hours, as in that same day, we're doing the clock, under 12 hours, the entire barrel's gone. You can start a barrel program. I was like, meanwhile, I'm acting all confident. I quickly got on the phone and I talked to everybody that I knew in this local bourbon group. I was like, y'all all got to come. Every single one of you, this barrel has to go. And so we launched that. And when I went to my mom, who does all of our artwork, so the labels, that's her. She's badass with that stuff.
Fantastic.
And so we had the cream and our colors are the khaki cream, dark blue, a deep, a deeper khaki, the darker, the progression of that. So I came to her and I was like, so we have this, but I need something that's going to literally, that's what I did at her desk. I just went like this to her and she was like, I think I know what you mean. And I'm like, okay. So it's 5 seconds later, she brings me that dark blue. And I was like,
okay, let me see if I can find a picture of that. I should have made an overlay. Well,
I can grab mine.
Oh, you do? Okay, perfect. That's great. While you do that, we're going to talk about Joseph Brazo's $20 super chat, saying thanks again. Joseph, it was so much fun. I can't even tell you how happy I am that you decided to take your me time and come out with Will and I and spend a few days over here in Idaho. So, okay, let me solo you and let's check out this gorgeous bottle. I want one so bad. Look at that thing.
And I don't even know if it's shining really. I lost my nail there.
It's beautiful. It's a work of art. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
Just Absolutely gorgeous. It just pops out and it looks. And so when we were deciding on the high proof, where I'm coming back to relate to the small batch on his baby, I've been for a long time really thinking about the first time I ever tasted our whiskey. I really just thought it sat beautifully between 117 and 119. And most of the time that's where we are sampling. So we have an entry proof of 122.5, but anything between 119 and 125, we just let it ride. So barrels in quantities of 3, because that's a distillate, every 3 barrels will have the same entry proof, moving on numerical and filling dates in the distillate. So we have that. And so most of the time when we're playing with the water content, moving the things around, a lot of them end up in that 117 to 119 range. And I just remember like, it's done. There it is. There's no moving around. There it is. It's done. And so I said, I was like, let's let it ride. But the next item we have is going to be a high proof item. And so it took a lot of convincing. And so what I did is I took 20% of this, because everyone loved this blue so much that I took 20% of this blue and made it a light blue. And so we decided we went in the middle. We went to 118. We also chose that because it gets a little bit of both
this
worlds.
Or the other?
That one right there. Okay. That one 118. So it's a small batch, but it's higher proof. So anybody that wants that higher proof and thinks 96 is too low for them, gives you it just gives off a lot of those flavor profiles, still does it, but it's in between if you can't find a single barrel as well. Because sometimes when people couldn't find their high proof cast strength single barrel, they only found the 96, and we were missing that customer in between. And so that's what this is. We just launched it in April. So it's
this one that I'm going to pour right now actually is, well, it was when I went on just a couple days ago looking for that cast strength, and it was still unavailable. But this was available on Bourbon Outfitters. I don't know where everybody is. That's just where I look because they'll ship to me. Reasonable bottle. I mean, I think it was, Mia, correct me, is like $50. Is that?
It's like right? 58.
58. Okay, yeah. So very reasonable. I'm going to pour some of this. Meanwhile, Livewire Whiskey wants to know, does your hubby taste test?
Wants to know if you taste test.
Taste test?
Yeah.
I've gone through 4 high proof bottles.
He says he's on his 5th high proof bottle, if that counts as tasting. So at the farm itself, where we are, my husband is actually a sports performance coach, a college coach. He specializes with volleyball right now. So he's at UL. So he's not in the whiskey world, even though he's always in my whiskey world. But yes, I'm always bringing samples home to test and do a test. My accent came out. I don't know what happened there, but to test things, try it out. We definitely do a lot of quality control to other people. Yeah. Beignets.
So Mike, just so you know, Thrasher, my fault. I screwed up the description and left Whiskey Mountains in there from last week. So if you guys are tagging people, it is Livewire Whiskey, but I'm watching. I got you guys because I screwed that up. So just so you know, Mike, Thrasher's in for 4 on Venmo for the beignet and crawfish fund. Oh God, you did that just because you knew I couldn't say all that. I don't know what that says. La selle blah, 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 tips.
Excuse me while I eat my fries.
I don't know what it says. Anyway, let's see real quick here. We've got okay, Thrasher. I don't know how to say that. I really need to know what it said. And in his note, he says beignet and crawfish fund. We also had Michael S. in for 2, says Amazon Prime Day. I'm primed for a win for Whiskey Mountains. Oh, for Whiskey Mountains.
Babe, wait, you got to listen to this.
Okay.
Come say this.
Is he going to say it? Okay, wait, let me put it back on.
Oh, man.
You said it the other day. Try to say it.
Well, it's laissez. No.
No, don't do it like you said it.
Oh,
before I taught you how to say it.
Laissez?
No, say the whole thing like before I taught you how to say it.
Laissez les bons.
Oh my gosh, you're not using it. Never mind. The other day, so he's from Iowa, the state, and he came up with like Laissez les bon temp ruler.
That was me.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Now I'm teaching him how to say it, so now he can't remember how he used to. So, oops.
And then I was going to say we've got, where'd that go? Now I lost it. Okay. So Michael S. said, I'm primed for a win for Whiskey Mountains, which I assume that is good stuff. Michael, if you could just elaborate on exactly what that means. Okay, Malam, here we go. We all know how this goes with Malam. Malam's in for 3, and I need to take a breath, maybe a sip of whiskey, and I'm going to read this. All right, here we go. Whiskey was why one was wanting, waiting, wagering on Wednesday, a wedge, a wheel, a steel, a dram, a deal, smashing whiskey, whip it, trip it, nip it, till it tip up, till it tip up, now chill.
I feel like my brain just malfunctioned.
Totally jacks that up, but that was pretty freaking funny, Malam.
That was better than I would have done.
Oh my gosh, it's a struggle, let me tell you. All right, we've got. I'm just catching up because I was too busy doing that. Fun fact: there's an End Alls. Oh, look at this! There's an End Alls barrel pick of T.Meleck in the fundraiser and on Bourbon Outfitters. Wait, is it on there right now?
No, it did sell out. It did. Uh-huh.
Hey, I'm hosting an Alzheimer fundraiser. Come on. Adriana is doing it. So Adriana is actually a scientist that her lifelong work is helping to cure Alzheimer's.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
It's not just a fundraiser for us here. We take it pretty serious. We do it once a year here from my bar, and she does it year round her entire life.
Wow, that is cool.
It really is. She's a genius.
Her and Wes are like best buddies then, because he's dedicated to that too. I think you have one of the bottles, or maybe I'm not supposed to tell you, or maybe
what?
I'm not sure. He gave one of the bottles for the fundraising.
We'll have to check that.
You didn't hear it from me.
Didn't hear it from Mia. Didn't happen.
I tell people all the time, if you're going to tell me something, you have to say, don't repeat it, because otherwise I'm just like, hey, did you hear?
I'm a talker, and stuff just kind of whoop right out of my mouth, unless I make that mental note. This is probably not something I should share. Miracle Martinez. Oh, you suck. You really don't. You're amazing. But here we go. La Shape Pasla Potato.
Potato.
And Jude Tigers. Hope me and her husband will attend the ULM in Texas.
Oh my God, the Jew is the best. Go. EAUX is O. Everything over here is EAUX. It has O. So everything's go, everything.
They mess with me. What can I say? All right. These guys and they know what they're doing. They know how to say this stuff. Oh wait, I think I missed a little someone in here. El Camino Mas Largo Brewing is here. Hi, Lawrence and Lucy. Hope you guys are settling in. I miss you bunches. All right, Whiskey Mountain says, thanks, Mia. Now I want fries.
Sorry. Fries are always good. We had I kind of talked about in the beginning, but we had a project that we thought was not going to take very long, and I've not eaten at all. So you don't want hungry Mia. She don't laugh as much.
Well, the big thing is we've all seen what happens on Wednesdays if I don't eat a little something. So I had a PB&J because I worked late. Oh my goodness. Is that at me? Is that at me, Mike? Is that at me? Is your farm open for visitors to pick up a cask strength single barrel bottle? I live in Metairie.
Metairie?
You guys, you live in the United States.
That's all. I think it's actually really great the fact that I knew what you said. I was like, I'm pretty sure. So what we have at the distillery fluctuates, but if you message me when you're coming, I can tell you if we do have something. And if you do, then I can arrange for you to meet me and then purchase at the farm.
Awesome. I'll be there in about 12 hours.
See you there.
Corn and Whiskey is here. Okay, Whiskey Mountain says, "Well, there's a chance to win one in the fundraiser." I think that's what she was talking about, Adriana. Guy who runs those barrel picks for End Alls donated one. Yeah. See,
That's
it's
Wes.
okay, Mia. She knew.
Woo.
All right. Let's just catch up. I'm having so much fun. I'm losing track of what we're doing. Hey, there's your will. That's the will that you're tied with right there.
I'm pretty sure I beat Will, right?
I'm pretty sure you did too. The minute
I'm
you
pretty
tried
sure I'm winning Will.
the high proof without me, you nailed it.
Yeah. Sorry, you've been booted.
Yeah, they're talking about him. You should have blamed Ellie for opening that bottle of T.Meleck. Ellie being my little dog. I just totally just spaced that she's a Yorkie. Could not remember what that's called. Okay.
I just really remember this great story. I actually had this lady that came to our farm one time to tell me how we had a malfunction with our caps. And her husband is behind and he's going. And I'm like looking and I'm like, I'm sorry, ma'am, can you explain that again? You know, like, and she's like, she ordered it. The cap popped off and it's leaking through, like it's leaking. And she's like, we lost half the bottle.
Yeah, it just evaporated.
And I would have like looked more into it. I was confused at first, but like looking at his face, he's like, and I'm like, I cannot read what this is. And I'm just like frozen. I'm like, okay, let me see. And he says something basically like has her go back to the car to get like their receipt or something. He was like, yeah, me and the buddies came over, but the buddies weren't supposed to come over because I told my wife that I would clean the backyard. But then I told her that we got the package and we basically drank half of it and she was really excited for it. And so I panicked and I told her that the cap was broken. So, and he just put like $40 on the counter. He's like, can I just buy another bottle? And I was like, we're good. I got you. Okay. I got you. I don't know what's happening right now. I was like, but I don't think she's
amazing. I love it. William, I think you blamed it on Lawrence. Is that right? Or maybe Lawrence just took the fall for you. I don't know. Anyway. So you're doing the barrel program now. You've got a couple of those cast strengths out. Guys, when I get my hands on one of these, I'm going to review it. I'm so excited. Let's talk about this one that I'm drinking now. This is the higher proof. We know I love the 96 proof. This is 118. It's also a 4-year, right? Yeah, also a 4-year.
Yep, in between like 4.5 is what I average. Okay. Some of them are 4, some of them are 5.
High proof small batch. Now this is, I'm going to solo myself so I can show this to you guys. This is, you saw the dark blue one that she's doing for the cast strengths. This is in between. Oop. There's the lighter blue one versus my other one. Look at them. They're so cute. And you said Mom does these, right?
Yes, she does. Yep.
That's so cool. Let me get this off my face. Okay. So I don't know. I mean, I like the proof on the 118. It is so different. It's like it's two totally different whiskeys. Well, it is, but I don't know. I've got to pour a little more of this one.
Our whiskey is really wild. It's like, honestly, the whole industry is really wild when somebody samples and they're like, apples and bananas. And I'm like, it was the same barrel. It's wood, and it's like so crazy how all these flavors come out. And at the end of the day, people have asked, like, how many different types of whiskeys do you make? And I'm like, do you mean a SKU or do you mean like a type of whiskey, like a mash bill? And most of the time they're asking about both or the latter. And I tell them that we only make one. And they get really confused by that. They're like, that can't be right. Like, you can't just make one. Everything tastes so different. Like, you have the single barrels. Every single one is different. I'm like, I'm telling you, we call it the rice and gravy theory. Rice just capitalizes on everything around it. I mean, its environment, how it moves. Like, it honestly, I think a lot of it is probably, like the asparagus, like weird, but peeing after you have asparagus.
Oh, yeah.
Your nostrils and like your flavor. So like, it's something like medically, but in terms of like how you smell it, like if, I don't know what it is and I don't know if it's true, but basically if you didn't know that it changed it, you wouldn't relate it back to what you ate, if that makes sense.
Okay.
You would think
So pretty
that
much you're saying it's absorbing everything around it.
It's probably a bad example because I don't know much into it. But what I mean is I think it tastes so different because rice is an absorbent grain and your taste buds are very specific to you. And it absorbs into your personality, your thoughts, your things. And I don't think, I'm not explaining this right, but I don't think we all taste it the same. And I don't think it's necessarily that different, but the rice just changes. It's like somebody making a gumbo. Not every single gumbo is the same. And not every rice will be in that gumbo and taste the same. I can't explain it, but like, that's my theory. It just like, it just does it because the amount of change that it has and also how different we all think it is. Like, so when me and my father are going back, I think it's probably, I can say 2 barrels that we've agreed on. Like, I'll be like, oh, that's deep, or he's like, that's light. And I'm like, okay. He's like, that's, oh my gosh, there's a lot of smoke there. I'm like, smoke? I was getting fruit. You got smoke? Like, what? I'm like, I have to look at to make sure we're drinking the same stuff. And so I totally think it has a lot to do. And I'm sure that's, maybe all whiskeys, but the only one I know is the one we do. So
ironically on the nose, I feel like it get a lot more notes on the high proof. But when I went in for the big old drink, oh my God, that's so good.
It all just plays. It's just whatever you're in the mood for.
It's so different. Like this with the high proof, this is the high proof in this hand. It's way more on the mid palate and the front. And this just kind of goes all over. But this is more like the proof carries the notes. The proof carries the notes out more on this. But this would be like my patio everyday sipper if I could have it every day. This would be like when I'm inside and I've had a couple sips of this and I really just want to kick back and feel good, I would drink this.
Yeah. I'll tell you I don't know if everyone gets it. It's probably they do not. But when I related it back to my father and myself, my father really likes it lingering all like kind of almost dripping down your mouth everywhere. And like spice, just like a tingle at the end, staying on the back of your tongue. And that's what he aims for. A nose that'll like capitalize here and make you feel it here. Whereas I'm really big on a finish. And so I try to capitalize on a nose that allows you to feel it down here. And it just like lingers
and
on
it
like
does. It sits right here. And then it just kind of goes. But it sits here for a minute. And then kind of comes down.
It's almost like it just keeps feeding you. It just gives you a little bit and a little bit. And it like, I would drink faster on the 96, not because of the proof, but because of how we've made it. So it finishes, it finishes faster. It gives you that bite and you're like, okay, next. With the 18, you can sit there for a little bit because it'll just keep on kind of coming and keep on coming.
Yeah, I love both of them actually.
I really am.
So Michael says, sounds like Mia is challenging us to buy a lot of bottles, meet up in a large group, and do a blind taste test to see. Yes,
that sounds like so much fun.
I'm game.
Yes.
Miracle Martinez.
If y'all are around or you see me, I'll tell people all the time, I'm not shy. I like to meet people and I like to share T.Meleck. So if y'all see that I'm in some state or I'm traveling over here, I have had people message me like, hey, do you want to come over to my house? And like, I have a bunch of friends. Honestly, I have like Google mapped and checked out this person to make sure I'm not going to be killed by a serial killer. But I have straight up just.
Everyone's making a note right now.
Oh yeah. I had a great time in Austin. I went to just somebody's house, busted in there. There were like 25 people. I'm like, what's up? Let's go. Made 25 new friends and we tried T.Meleck and now we're all Meleck fans.
Love it. Love it. Miracle Martinez, Women Whiskeys. Louisiana was admitted into the Union in 1812 as the 18th state. Iowa didn't join until 1846 as the 29th state. Technically, Louisiana is more United States than Iowa.
Oh,
that would be a great point if I lived in Iowa. I live in Idaho, but everybody says Iowa. It's
basically saying that Louisiana is more legit than Iowa.
Yeah, what the heck? You know,
he said Iowa has Caitlin Clark.
But I'll be
Period.
honest, Idaho was probably later if I'm doing what I learned back in grade school about how that all transpired. I'm probably less.
I have
okay.
no idea, to be honest.
Anyway,
But
yeah, okay, point made. Got it. Fine. Yeah, that's true. William Devlar, you are living on the edge, thinking you're going to drink my 2 stacks and then my T.Meleck. They're my 2 favorite small distilleries, and just back off. Then he says, I like to live dangerously. It's true.
yeah.
I'm pretty scary, and I'm curious, when you've now just, when did you roll out the barrel program?
And my test was in August of 2022. We launched the first barrel pick in September. Actually, by the time it got to the retailer, probably October.
Okay. Yeah. That's the same time that's when you started your barrel program? Like with the, okay. Gosh, dang.
It feels like we've been here way longer. It does, like, I feel like we've been doing this a long time. And then when we started talking about it and doing it, I have to tell my father sometimes when we're looking at numbers, I have to remind him that we have, in his head, we've been doing this for about 25 years.
Yeah.
But in reality,
feels like 25 years.
Still. Age 25 years.
Actually, what I was thinking was, I was like, how did it take me so long to hear about it? But I'm realizing now, and at least for me, I can only speak for me, I'm really starting to, there's so much whiskey out there. I'm really starting to focus on some of these, these smaller distilleries that are coming, they're doing great stuff. And when I heard rice whiskey, there was no part of me that wanted to try that. I'm just being honest. I did not want to try it. I was intrigued, but I was okay if it never really crossed my glass. Thank goodness that Taste and Sensibility and Matthew Parks sat me down and said, try this. It's Louisiana whiskey. And I went, all right, I'm in. And I'm very lucky that I did that.
I love that. I love when people share with other people, just word of mouth, sharing with friends. That's the best part.
And even better, so when you were a guest on here the first time, I ended up with 2 bottles of Meleck because you and I were talking. You're like, oh, I got you. I'll get some to you before the stream. And I was like, it's not going to make it here in time. I didn't want to ask you. That's what it was. I was like, you know what? I should just have it, but I can't get it here. And so Taste and Sensibility's like, I got you, girl. And he got it dropped on my porch by someone. And then you're like, okay, I have one on the way. And I'm like, yeah.
I love that. You got to have more than one. I do feel really bad because I think in this industry, it's almost like kind of like offering a glass of water when somebody comes over, like, oh, get on a live stream. Here's a bottle. And I hate it because all the time I'm like, I don't have any. Like, I don't have any. Like, I don't have anything. Yeah. I told this guy I'm doing a podcast on Friday. I told him, I was like, hey, he's told me where to send the samples. He reached out to me. I was like, I don't have any samples, but I can make you I'm going to make you a handshake real quick and we'll get it to you. Let me tell you, I told you how I've been locked in this house with my little 3-year-old who looks like a 3-year-old, but really she runs the whole thing. She's kind of scary.
She's in charge. It's fine.
Yeah. He came back. He was like, I got it. And I was like, I have to apologize for the box. The box does not have our label on it. It has somebody else's label and it's wrapped in aluminum foil and a Ziploc with duct tape around it because that's the only supplies I could get my hand on. But I was like, hey, it made it. See you Friday.
I mean, and there comes a point where it's like, you want to get out there, you want to hang out, with the people in the community because it is your passion. You watch her, go look at TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, whatever. You can see the passion in this girl every time she talks about her whiskey. And there is no way that you could give whiskey to every single person that you visit with. There's just no way. Yeah. And I think that it's hard for people to understand that sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick, I got to do my little thing. It is top of the hour. I'm going to give you guys 10 minutes. Odds are pretty dang good right now. 10 minutes to enter for a chance to play the mystery box giveaway. I think Mia has made it a goal to do better than she did last time when she picked everything except the stuff that sloshes around. So we're going to try 2 winners. Pick a box. If you don't like what's in it, pick another. $5 in entry. Tag Livewire Whiskey. I'm going to see it either way. Do a super chat, however you want to do it, but you only have 10 minutes.
I think, did you have leggings last time?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I chose like the pair of medium leggings for a
Which
guy.
was amazing. I love that. And then I don't know if Mia's going to join us. She has little ones and stuffs to do, and it's a different time zone over there. But we are going to jump over into the Patreon after stream directly after this, play some Plinko, talk about some things. We got a Adriana in the house CNC coming on Saturday. So Criminals and Cocktails with Whiskey Mountains in the bar Saturday live. We'll talk about all the details of that. Patrons, you voted on it. So we're going to give it 10 minutes, and I'm going to, God, now I want rice and gravy. I'm just saying. I
live on rice and gravy.
I love rice and gravy.
Me too. Oh, my father makes the best rice and gravy and seafood gumbo. Like, my mouth is watering thinking about it. Oh my gosh. And like he yeah, I don't even know. He won't tell anybody how he does it. It is just next level. Next level. So
I loved, as a kid, this is not even close to the rice and gravy we're talking about, but I swear to God, there's a point to this story. When I was a kid, you get your little lunch tray, because I'm old as shit, and you go through the line, and there's a lady with the hairnet, and she's like, hi. They were nice back then because you're in grade school. They're nice in grade school. And they'd take that slop of the instant mashed potatoes and they'd throw it on your plate and they'd make a little divot. And then you'd get that hamburger brown gravy that came out of a packet, and they slop that on the top. Then you'd have the canned corn over here in the corner.
Uh-huh.
I'd mix that all together, and that was better than any of my mom's cooking.
I was about to say, my husband would still opt for that, like most nights.
So
that's exactly what he would eat. I can't get this dude away from like a Walmart paper plate to save my freaking life. I make something, I'm like, I'm running back. I'm like, hey, can you make us a plate? I'm like, and if you think about bringing me a Walmart plate and not one of our nice plates, I swear to God. He's like, what? I'm like, no. And it's not like it's, and I didn't mean to say paper, plastic. So it's not like it's, I'm saving dishes. You throw it away. No, it's still dishes. It's just a plastic thing from Walmart. I'm like, I'm adulting here, and I want my stuff that we got at our wedding. Okay, give me my.
It's a plastic like thing. Okay, got it.
Yeah, like you'll get down the aisle. It's like buy 6 for $1. Like for our daughter. I'm just like,
I think we had those at my 50th birthday party.
This dude tried to bring. When he met one of the first times he met my family. I think it was around like Thanksgiving or something, or Christmas, whatever. And we were bringing stuff. We were going to the store. We got a list of things. And this dude, he almost didn't make it into this family before he made it, got instant potatoes. And I was like, sir, put the box back. Don't. I have no words. Put the box back right there. I don't even care if it doesn't go there. Put the box back, and I'm never going to see those again. Unless we're pranking somebody and we're throwing it in their yard, okay? Only for revenge purposes do we use instant potatoes.
That's emergencies only.
Yes.
So last Thanksgiving, I had my mother-in-law and I had my daughters there, and everybody kind of wanted to help. And I'm like, my kids are grown. I don't cook as much anymore. I work long hours. My husband works opposite hours. Every now and then I'll cook like on a Saturday, Sunday, enough to get halfway through the week. When I used to be able to take Wednesdays off, I would do that for the other half. Most of the time we're living on whatever's in the fridge and some frozen stuff. So Thanksgiving, I kind of go all out. I do the traditional, all the stuff, all the sides. Everybody bring your Tupperware because you're taking the stuff home. And my mother-in-law got a new beater, a new mixer. And she gets to going on those potatoes, and it's like glue. It's going like this. And I'm like, that's the last thing. We have the gravy. We have the stuffing. We can't eat that. I'm like trying to get it off the beaters, It's flinging up and down. It's not leaving
everywhere.
the beater. And so I grabbed that box of instant mashed potatoes that I don't know why it was there or how old it was.
My husband put it there.
I put that with a bunch of butter and a little mayonnaise and a lot of gravy, and that's what we had.
It did it. It did it.
Don't do it. It's not good. Okay, Whiskey Mountains is reminding us. Perfect. Oh, my frozen lasagna. Yeah, my Lean Cuisine frozen lasagna right before a stream. You know, I got a little sauce coming down. All right. So what is your favorite? You also do the rice whiskey or the rice vodka, which, by the way, you guys, I know that it's women of whiskeys. Try the vodka.
It's so good. It's so good.
Is vodka minus that chemical burn.
Yeah, it's like it's
unusual.
OG person to actually, when he said we were making that, because my father's a martini guy. So he never even, honestly, it's really funny because I was big into scotches and he was a vodka guy. Neither of us were whiskey or bourbon. We had no idea what we were talking about. Neither one of us were in that realm. So it's really funny now that that's all we do now. And so, but he was determined, and the rice, when you think about the sweetness and the flavor, that's what the idea came from. It was not whiskey. The whiskey came from someone had the audacity to tell us that we couldn't do it. Excuse me. What did you say? Challenge accepted. Literally, sometimes we laugh about that. It's only literally, I'm not joking. Somebody said, "Oh, you couldn't do that anyway."
I feel like I'm getting ganged up on here. I'm getting ganged up on.
You're getting ganged up on?
I am. Okay, so apparently I was so involved in our conversation. Now, we do have some things to read. I need to get caught up. First of all, Miracle Martinez says, I knew that living in brain fog over here. I mean, you did have the Boise State mascot as your co-host. By the way, Idaho was the 43rd state to join the union. Okay, all right. We do have some entries to read that I did miss. I apologize so much. You know me. You got to call me out. I talk a lot.
So I got distracted you.
I get distracted easily. It's okay. Christopher Martina. Okay, so Taste Sensibility, we got that beignet and crawfish fund. We did Michael Mullins. Aaron Pierce. I entered, even though the numbers are way off-centered tonight. I forgot the numbers. I was so worried about my camera and my audio that I went, you don't have these numbers. It's fine.
That's funny.
And then Adriana Whiskey Mountain says, I'm in. Woohoo! Jew Tigers. Jew Tigers. I think that's supposed to be go. All right. Mom, if Denise and or Scott is here, sorry, we won't be able to make it to the hearing tomorrow. Oh, okay. You know what? I could dig them all out there behind me, but I bet we could all remember that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to imagine that they're there and that I didn't totally screw up.
I can see it.
Yeah, sorry, Thrasher, about that. Hey, when I was up, you guys have to admit, I was in the woods, in Idaho, in the mountains, with no internet, no satellite for 6 weeks, and rambunctious doggies. And I got my hotspot out, and I streamed with Sasquatch that could have came out of the trees at any point in time. And I still had that overlay of my mystery boxes. And your stuff was in them. So apparently I'm going to ride that wave about the fact that I don't have numbers on these boxes.
Yes. I will say, because I'm going to ask this, because I think you said you had a different camera that you were hooked up. Are you mirrored or are you inverted? Are we looking at the same side? Just making sure. I've done that before. I don't know. Totally possible. Because you can see yourself. You can
I'm
see
gonna
yourself
be-
and what's happening. But there was one time where I was doing it and I was actually reflected the other way. So like they're seeing what I'm doing, but it's actually my right, not their left. So when I took the numbers, I'm writing it down, but it actually went the opposite way. So I get like, you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Or it's just me.
Nope, you're totally on point, especially if you're on your phone. It happens a lot if you're on your phone. Yes, we will imagine that they are offset. I could have sworn those box numbers are reversed now. Is that why you asked that question, Mom? With me? They are not reversed. That's always number one. All right. Hey, there we go. John Cloud pops in at the very last minute. Hi, John. And says, I'm in for a last minute 2 entries. Perfect. Congratulations on that last minute entry. Good luck to you. We're going to do this. That was it. It's it. It's cut off. You barely got in there, John. All right. If you can read the bottle labels, then it isn't reversed.
I can read it.
Perfect. See, we got smart people in here. They know what they're doing. 32 entries this week. You know, considering there's quite a few people now that kind of all do things at the same time during this time slot. I usually now, that's 32 entries. That's really good odds for you guys. Let's give away some free stuff. Let's have fun with it. Really good odds. I love that. If you win tonight, please, if you're not a patron, because I have your address if you're a patron. If you're not, please email womenwhiskies@gmail.com. Especially if you're picking something off our website, I need to know the color and size. Why do the boxes read? I don't know what that says, Michael S. Sky Shu to Ni Mao? I don't know. Made it back in time since Whiskey Mountain. Smart people, no such thing. Stop giving Michelle a hard time. Perfect. All right, 32 entries. Mia, will you pick a number between 1 and 32?
9.
9. Okay, so you said that you're going to be doing more. There might be more available next week. Is that what I heard? At Bourbon Outfitters?
It will ship out next week. So
Ship
it just
out
depends
next
on
week.
what time they'll make it live, but more stuff is coming. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's hard. You got that whole like either you're chasing growth or you're stagnant or you're not moving, and it's hard to find that balance, especially you know, with only a few years in.
Yes, it really is, especially in this market right now. It's a tough market.
I'm such a blonde. Let's just get that out there now. Okay. Pick another number. Whiskey Mountain's already won when Michelle and I became her friends.
Pick a different number?
Yay. So, Whiskey Mountains, you just have to decide which imaginary numbered box would you like to open. Let's see what's in there. I'm going to drink this 118 high proof.
I'm going to have one as soon as I'm done eating. I feel so much better now.
You know, now a hamburger sounds amazing. All right. She picks number 3. Let's give something away. Now, remember, you get one more try after this if you think there's something better, or you can keep it. Dun. Number 3 is the Women of Whiskey's Glencairn. Women of Whiskey's Glencairn. Adriana, you can take that. Pick it up when you're down here visiting this weekend, or you can try again. There might be something better in there. Time for a grilled cheese. Corn and whiskey. I am so waiting for Proman to get here this weekend and just go in my kitchen and just slam out the grilled cheese. The gourmet grilled cheese sandwiches.
Oh, and some tomato bisque.
He's serious about his grilled cheese. I'm so excited. I was going to keep it if it was a mini. Yeah. We do have those, but that is not. So how about number 5? She said. Okay. Okay, we're going this way. I was waiting for this. You better buy some American cheese and that funky break from the barbecue place. No, the bread. I think you meant the bread. That was weird. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, the barbecue place. You know how you slice the loaf of bread like this? They sliced it like this. So with these long horizontal pieces of bread.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, here's 5. You know, I should be soloing this shit. Me and tech. It's a thing. Let's do this. Here we go. All right. 5. Dun, 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 dun. It is a little teeny tiny thing full of both of these Melecks that I happen to have in my house. So when you come down to visit, you will have a sample of the 118 high proof
Let's
and
go.
the 96 proof.
Yes.
Winner.
That's going to be a good weekend.
It's going to be a good weekend.
Mhm.
So excited.
And she's coming to you?
What's that?
She's coming to you?
Yes. So her and Nick Proman and Old Man Joe. I don't think Tim Corney is going to make it. And I know Mike and Frankie have stuff going on. They can't come. So this year it's going to be a little smaller. But we are getting together. We're doing it every year. Last year we had blow-up mattresses in the dining room.
Oh, that's awesome. That means that's your to-go. She has her full bottles. So that's what you drink from when you get there. And then
absolutely. That goes in the bag to go home with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So having said that, it is 15 after. Let's go ahead and LiveWire, how many numbers do we have now? If you guys are patrons of $4 or more, you should be right about now getting your link dropped to go to the after stream. So meet us there whenever. $4 no up. 30 left. Oh my gosh, that was so easy. All right, you're up again, Mia. 1 and 30.
22.
22. Oh my gosh. So my daughter turned, my youngest, my little baby girl turned 21 years old while I was stuck up in the woods. So what do? Take her to Vegas. Me and her dad and like 6 of her friends went down to Vegas. Had a great time. They're good kids. It was so much fun.
Oh, that's awesome. Vegas is wild because when I went there for work one time and it's like the, movies. You just think you know what it is. You get there. I remember landing and be like, this is it? And I don't mean that like this is it. I mean like it's so small. It's like
it's bigger than life. Yeah. And then you get there and you're like, oh, that's the strip?
Yeah.
And you're like flying in.
The airport is, I think they redid the airport since I went there last, but it was like tiny. And I literally walked from the airport to the hotel that we were staying at. And I'm like, I just imagined it almost like a New York City. Like you get lost.
Yeah. And I used to live there. I lived there, and my aunt lives there, but we lived up on the outskirts. When you live in Vegas, you only go to the strip when people come to visit you.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you work there. William Hall, on a roll. I'm just going to get a great big, huge shipping container. And I'm going to put all his stuff. I might throw like a Whiskey Mountains in there. She's small enough. She'd fit. Maybe we're just going to send a shipping container to William Hall. I love it. I love the fact that people come in and they drop maybe $5 to the channel, or they're a patron for, $4 a month. And they get, this is my little way of giving back. So he knows how to do this. He's on it. He's like, I want number 4. I'm not going to mess around. Whiskey Mountains says, pick a 1 through 6 number. Okay. Not 5. 3 is a Glen. Really, Adriana? Just kidding. Okay. He says 4. That's this one. Are you ready? Oh, gosh, dang it. This is why I used to have a channel partner, because I don't do this shit. There we go. Hey, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. It's the leggings. Leggings, William Hall. The best part is He already has a pair. Which I have yet to see a picture of. I'm just saying.
Ah, that needs to change. You can be moved up to number 1 if you wear the leggings with a picture proof.
I think I need a picture of those leggings. Live wire now. That's a win. Aaron Pierce says keep them. And William Hall says, I already have a pair that I won't send pictures of. So let's do number 2. All right, here we go. Oh, you guys just want me to move all the way around. Oh, look, we got Mollem. Yeah. I know there's some people that got those leggings emojis, but I don't see them anywhere. 2. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, what's that?
We didn't even solo it. Oh my God. There's those legging emojis. There they are. Right there. Okay. Sorry. He's like, could you just solo it and open that box, please? Because you look excited. Now my text like scruff. There we go. Ready? Dun, dun, dun. Hey, William Davlar, if you're here, we need dogs. And that is what you're stuck with. That's what you're going to get. You just have to take that now since you didn't want the leggings. Congratulations. And that is what I will have dropped off on your step. If I can get out of this exit solo. Now, we all know my husband turns the volume off because he doesn't like to hear me talk. So could we all just start throwing the Ellie emojis in there? All the good things. Oh my God, 18. Michelle just hates that stuff. I love that stuff. Love it. Holy crap. All right. Okay, here's the deal. Women of Whiskeys. Okay, I gotta put this up here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, here's the deal. Women of Whiskeys, Whiskey Mountains. Add that to the giveaway for this weekend. Let me know how, and I will cover delivery also. Whiskey Mountains, I hope you're writing this down. William Hall just made a donation to the prices of your Alzheimer's giveaway. And it's right here, so you can just, we'll take care of it. We'll get it to its new rightful owner, whoever donates to the Alzheimer fundraiser and wins that. Thank you. William Hall, thank you. That's a pretty good donation. I love Aaron Pierce here. Rambo emoji, Rambo emoji, Rambo emoji. My dog Murphy, I inherited him about a week ago, and his name was Rambo, but I'm not calling that dog Rambo for 10 years. I'm not doing it. What? This is William. Whiskey Mountains, bringing in Murphy and Ellie is the equivalent of a master blaster from Mad Max. It really is. So those of you that have not met Murphy, he's a little feral. By a little, I mean feral. But he's lovable, and he loves me so much all the time. He's 3 years old. He's had 2 owners pass away, and I was up there with him for 6 weeks, and he claimed me. Okay. Mollem says Team Millennial. Bite me. This I can get behind. Corner Whiskey says, let's knock out Alzheimer's. Whiskey Mountains doesn't just support it, she lives it. Absolutely. Hands down. Aaron Pierce says, who the hell is Murphy? Let me answer that question for you, Aaron Pierce.
You want him first?
Well, they're asking who he is. Let's do an introduction.
Lord.
He's big. He's on a diet. This is I know it's been forever. I know it's been forever. Feral. This is Murphy. All right. You're too big. I'm sorry. I know you want to be part of this stream. You love me and everyone else. You're too big. You have to go. I love you. Everyone, enjoy the face because I'm going to see a lot of it later tonight. Okay. No. Okay. That's Murphy. Whew. Then we got Ellie. She's a little more manageable. He's licking my feet. That's gross. Okay. He's looking around like, how many glasses and bottles can I knock over? For sure. When I leave my office, just to step out to the other office and talk to my manager, he barrels across my desk to look out the window. Bye, Murph. He's very upset. I know. All right, guys. It is getting late, especially on the East Coast. We do have a dog here. She says hello. She says congratulations. But you know what she really says? Let me get her up close and personal so she can tell you, at least speaking to the microphone. Donate to Alzheimer's. Save Alzheimer's. Get in there, Carrot. Donate to Alzheimer's. Did you guys hear that? That's literally what she's been saying to me all day. So I told her that she could have the mic for a minute tonight to share that. To answer that question, Ellie and Murphy are getting along pretty good, actually. They do Zoomies. He steals her ball. She kicks his ass. It's a thing. It's fine. Okay. Having said that, guys, we're going to wrap this up. Like I said, if you're a patron of $4 or more, you should have a link. Mia, I know it's probably late over there. You're welcome to join us if you can. I know you have littles and a hubby right there, so I completely understand if you can't.
I appreciate it. Yeah, it's almost midnight over here, so I got to get some sleep before.
Absolutely. It always runs a little late when Mia's on. People just enjoy her.
I talk a lot. Sorry.
You know what? I love it.
Thank
because
you.
Does your husband do this? Do you like, I told you? And he's like, so many things.
Oh, he just like people, most of the time people are kind of looking at me like, what is she doing? He's like, it's just her.
It just is what it is. All right. We've got some people saying thank you.
Thank you all very much.
Oh, it was so much fun. Mia, I appreciate it. It was actually, guys, very last minute. And she's like, sure, no problem.
Yep,
I
do it.
meant to ask you earlier, and, you know, I'm just a shit show.
I'm always one. So we get along. We're good.
We're good. I appreciate you joining us. We'll talk soon. I want to show my husband your neck of the woods. Well, everybody drink. We had a dog yawn. That's a good way to end our night. Mia, thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm looking forward to trying some of those. I'm looking forward to a year and a half, 5 years when I get that call that I can purchase that barrel.
I like it. You guys, we'll have fun this weekend with all your friends.
Yes, big things coming up with T.Meleck. So check out their website. Check out the various places. If you happen to be in a state like Texas where it's actually distributed, check it out. I feel like they're having trouble keeping up because it's blowing up, because it's really good. It's right whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. All right. Good night, guys. Thank you so much for all your support.
Thank you for the way you make me feel. Just like a stolen car with a kid behind the wheel. I want to thank you for the way you make me feel. So everything's in Technicolor, yeah.